Assalamu alaikum to all of you. I am Umar Qureshi from Dr. Sirajul Islam Medical College and I am in the 4th year. I am the team member of the Medimartt. Medimartt is a platform for the medical students. As you all know that we are regularly trying to share some short videos on different topics. So here we come with another video. This is a short video on the blood part. Okay, so this is the first video. We will regularly sharing the different parts of the blood, inshallah. Okay, this is the physiology video. Okay, subject physiology. So please stay tuned and stay connected with us, and if you love the video then please do mention as much as possible and please share this video as much as possible. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so as you all can see that these are the slides. So first of all, what is blood? Okay, so blood is a specialized fluid connective tissue composed of liquid intercellular substance, that is plasma, and formed elements, that is RBC, WBC and platelets, which circulate in a closed system of blood vessels. Okay, so this is a specialized fluid connective tissue. Actually there are certain types of tissues in which the blood is a connective tissue. We will see what are the different types of tissues in our later videos, inshallah. So this is basically a connective tissue. Okay, because it basically connects the different parts of the body. That's why it is called as the connective tissue. This is just for the understanding. Okay, then it is composed of the liquid intercellular substance. Liquid intercellular substance involves the plasma. Okay, and formed elements, it involves the RBC, WBC and platelets. Okay, and these all things like plasma, RBC, WBC and platelets, these all things circulate in a closed system of blood vessels. There are certain blood vessels and these all things circulate in a blood vessels. So this is the thing. Then the composition of the whole blood. Okay, like what are the composition, what are the things present in the blood? So basically there are formed elements present in the blood, and there are like a fluid portion, that is plasma, is present in the whole blood. Formed elements are 45% and fluid portion or the plasma is 55%. Okay, you have to remember this percentage. This is very important. This is asked very frequently in the items and the like professional examinations. Okay, so whole blood has like two subdivisions, that is the formed elements, that is 45%, and the fluid portion, that is plasma, that is 55%. Okay, formed elements consist of or includes the red blood cells or erythrocyte, then white blood cell or leukocyte, and platelet or thrombocyte. Now what is erythrocyte? Basically red blood cell, or the other name of the red blood cell is the erythrocyte, then the other name of the leukocyte is the white blood cell, and the other name of the thrombocyte is the platelet. Okay, so you have to remember this thing very because this is very important. Okay, then this is all for the formed elements. Then let's move towards the fluid portion. Okay, so fluid portion or the plasma, it is 55%. Okay, then like fluid portion has two subdivisions, that is the solid portion and the water portion. Okay, in fluid portion water is like around 91 to 92%, and solid portion it is around 8 to 9%. Okay, then like solid is again subdivided. In solid there are some organic substances which is 7.1 to 8.1%. Then there are some gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide and nitrogen, just like that. Then there are some inorganic substances, and the inorganic substances are around 0.9%, and the examples of the inorganic substances are like sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, iron, chlorine, like just like this. Okay, then like organic substances, there are some things, something very much important included in the organic substances are like there are proteins. In proteins there are four main subdivisions, like there are four types of proteins like albumin, globulin, fibrinogen and prothrombin. These four proteins are very much important, and these a lot of questions are asked from this protein section in this basically blood card. Okay, so that's very important, and that's very like you have to remember these things very like because it is very important, so you have to remember it. Then the next thing is non-protein nitrogenous substances. Okay, and these things include, or the examples of it are the urea, uric acid, xanthine, hypoxanthine, creatinine, then creatine, ammonia and amino acids. Okay. Then there are carbohydrates. Carbohydrates includes the glucose, sucrose, etc. Okay. Then there are lipids like phospholipids, cholesterol, neutral fat, etc. Then there are coloring materials, matters like the bilirubin, keratin and xanthophyllin. Okay. Then there are some others like hormones, vitamins, enzymes, amylase like protease, lipase, phosphatase, etc. You just have to remember this whole chart because it is very important, and it is important for the written. Okay. So this is it for the composition. Then let us move towards the functions of the blood. Okay. There are a lot of functions of the blood. In it, the main functions of the blood is like respiration. Okay. Respiration is like, as we all know that like we need oxygen for respiration or for like the life. Okay. So basically we have to inhale and exhale. Okay. So transport of oxygen from the lungs to the tissues. Okay. As we all know that lungs transport the oxygen from the to the tissues. Basically lungs transport the oxygen to the tissues. Okay. Just like that. Okay. And carbon dioxide are like collected from the tissues to the lungs for the oxygenation. That's the thing. So respiration is the main important thing in the function of the blood, like transport of oxygen from the lungs to the tissues and of carbon dioxide from the tissues to the lungs. Then it helps in the nutrition, like transport of absorbed food materials. When we eat some kind of food, and then there are a lot of procedure in the food, like eating, digestion, absorption, just like that. So when the food is absorbed, okay, so that food is transported with the help of the blood as in the form of energy. Okay. So and it provides the basically nutrition to our body. So that is the thing, transport of absorbed food materials. Then excretion, it helps in the excretion, like transport of metabolic waste products to the kidneys, lungs, skin and intestines for the removal from the body. Okay. A lot of waste products are transported to the kidneys through the help of the blood. Okay. Then lungs and skin and intestines for the removal of those harmful or the metabolic waste products like from the body. Okay. In the form of urination and a lot of type of things. Okay. So again the next example, the next function is the maintenance. Okay. So maintenance of normal acid base balance in the body. It basically maintains the acid base balance in the body. So just remember this thing. We will explain what is the acid base balance in our later videos, inshallah. Okay. Then there is a regulation of water balance through the effects of blood on the exchange of water between the circulating blood and tissue fluid. Okay. So basically it helps in the regulation of water balance through the effects of blood on the exchange of water between the circulating blood and the tissue fluid. It helps in the basically just for understanding, just remember that it helps in the regulation of the water balance, okay, in the body. Just remember this thing. Then regulation of body temperature by distribution of body heat. Okay, it basically distributes your body heat in different body parts, and by this the body temperature is maintained. So that's the thing. Then the next function of blood is the transport of hormones and regulation of metabolism. As we all know that there are a lot of hormones like secreted in our body. So and a lot of functions are and hormones, basically there are a lot of functions of hormones. Okay. So these hormones basically helps in the transport because blood basically helps the transport of hormones. So this is it. And the next functions are the transport of metabolites. Okay. Then the next function is defense against the infection by the white blood cells and circulating antibodies. Okay. As we all know that in formed elements there are red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets. So basically the fighting against the infection is done by the white blood cells. So you have to remember this thing. So basically the function of the blood is the defense against the infection by the white blood cells and circulating antibodies. Then it helps in the coagulation. So the basic function of the coagulation is done by the platelets. So as the platelet is the a part of the blood, so that's why it is the function of the blood. Coagulation is the function of the blood. Now storage also. The blood serves as the ready-made source of the water, then certain electrolytes such as glucose, sodium, potassium, etc., which are constantly needed by the tissue cells. As our tissue cells need the water, glucose, sodium, potassium, so basically the blood contains all these things and store all these things in it, and it helps to serve the tissues, all these things. Okay, so that's it for today. If you love the video, then please do mention your friends, and please do share it as much as possible, and thanks a lot.